Now it's time to get spaced out. For those of you who have been living under a rock out there, you might have missed that a new Star Wars movie came out this summer, in this case, Solo. This is a movie that I was not super excited to see coming out. This is the one that's a prequel of sorts. It takes place before the original trilogy and is about a young Han Solo and a young Chewbacca, I don't know, being young and having a heist. It just didn't sound that exciting to me, especially since we had kind of done the heist element already in Rogue One, which was a movie I very much enjoyed. That said, the results are that Solo is pretty fun, actually. It really rests on the shoulders of its charming cast. I want to say his name is, oh man, it's like Alton Emmerich or something like that, plays Han Solo, and he's pretty fun. I mean, in trying to essay the role from Harrison Ford, he's given a very thankless task, but he does a pretty good job with it. The new guy that they have inside Chewbacca, he's really good at being Chewbacca. Woody Harrelson's here, and he's pretty fun. There's an all too brief appearance by Thandie Newton that I enjoyed. And we had Daenerys Targaryen herself showing up as the female lead in a character named Kira. And she's pretty good in this. Emilia Clarke is her name, and she has had, I think, a difficult time transitioning from her Game of Thrones success, where she's absolutely phenomenal, to feature films, where she has been largely miscast and poorly used. But she's pretty capable in this, playing a woman who was once Han Solo's love interest and who now has her own agendas. The movie had some pretty famous or infamous behind-the-scenes stuff going on, where in original directors Phil Lord and Chris Miller, who gave us things like 21 Jump Street, the Lego Movie, and The Last Man on Earth, were removed like 3/4 of the way through production and replaced by Ron Howard. And it's hard to know why that was, but I think I see it. Because here's the thing. The script for this movie is, I think, really terrible. Like, it's a little bit hard to know where the big flaw in a movie is here. And this is a movie that is not as successful as the other recent Star Wars movies. And to me, it seems like it's the script. The script feels very retrograde. It is trying to be a 70s adventure movie, but instead of doing that in a modern way with a tip of the hat, it feels like it's bringing a lot of 70s sensibilities with it, especially regarding its treatment of characters, and particularly the female characters. There's a droid character in the movie, L337, for whom this is particularly apparent. I really loved L3, and she's this very outspoken droid. And it's very easy for the audience to sympathize with her, but it seems like the characters, particularly Lando Calrissian, as played by Donald Glover, who, side note, really steals parts of the movie, is really tremendous in this. But his character seems like he really hates L3. Like, the lines that he speaks read as that he doesn't like the robot. But Glover is playing it as if he does, right? So there's this constant push and pull, I feel like, between the direction and the performances, which are trying to make a more modern and fun movie, and the script, which feels like it's from a really different and, not as modern era, with a lot of unfortunate and hashtag problematic elements, which is where I think Ron Howard comes in, because I feel like Phil Lord and Chris Miller must have been a lot less respectful of that script and just throwing stuff out whole cloth, whereas the producers at Disney were much more married to a script by Lawrence Kasdan, who has shepherded the Star Wars saga since at least The Empire Strikes Back, helping with scripts since that movie. So what you end up having is a movie that is played very fun and directed pretty fun, paired with a really tough script. And so what I think you end up getting is a just slightly above middle of the road movie, which means that I'm going to give Solo 3.5 stars. And don't forget to visit our website, northmetrotv.com/everymovieever. There, you can watch reviews of every movie we've ever covered here on the show, as well as complete episodes. That's northmetrotv.com/everymovieever.